Hi everyone, very good evening. Already then, so we have Vaibhav with us, but we have only four attendees who have joined in so far. So we'll just wait for a few minutes and then we'll begin. So we'll wait till 6:35 maybe. I hope I'm audible. You can just, if you cannot unmute yourself, you can just say yes in the chat.
Yes, Joel, you're audible.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so Vaibhav will just begin. We'll wait for the remaining people to join in. Welcome everyone. We have some few additional joinees who we are waiting for, but we'll begin with the webinar without wasting any time. Today's webinar is a short webinar. It's a webinar on low code, no code. So we have a guest speaker today. The name is Vaibhav Kumar. And Vaibhav is a dynamic low-code, no-code developer with a proven track record of delivering impactful enterprise applications using platforms like Uncork and OutSystems. With over 4 years of experience, he has seamlessly blended technical expertise with creative problem solving and has redefined application development. Vaibhav has worked with Deloitte prior to his current role at Quantify and has crafted architecting over 100 plus API services. Moreover, his clever solution boosted application efficiency and cut incident counts significantly. Now at Quantify, he continues to push the boundaries of low-code, no-code innovations, building scalable and secure applications that transforms business operations. Vaibhav is a certified Uncork Associate Configurator, and he'll take us through what exactly is the tool, an introduction, a quick introduction, and then he'll. So, Vaibhav, I just welcome to the webinar. Thank you so much for taking time out to speak to us today, Vaibhav. It's a pleasure to have you, and I'll give the stage to you now.
Sure. Thank you, Joel. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Yeah. So I'll start with my introduction. I mean, Joel already introduced, but yeah, just a short from my side. So yeah, so I've been like working like for more than 4 years now, and yeah, I've mostly worked on like these low code no code platforms through my entire like I mean. Like corporate life. So yeah, the platforms are like OutSystems and Uncork, majorly on Uncork. But yeah, so I've been experienced in both mobile applications as well as the web apps for banking as well as insurance client. The majorly was like insurance, but yeah, I've worked with banking as well. So maybe yeah, I'll go start with what is low code no code. Not sure if how many of us are aware of this. Is anyone aware? Maybe a reaction or something.
No.
No.
Oh, sure. Okay, good. Okay, cool. So I'll start with what is like low code, no code. Yeah, so as we all know, right, we have these traditional coding standards, right? We follow to develop any website, a web app, or maybe a mobile application, right? So we previously used to have these traditional, even today we have those things, right? But yeah, parallelly we have, I think around 4 to 5 years back, right? Down the line, we have these low code, no code. That is, um doesn't require a proper coding kind of a thing. Like we have kind of two platforms, low code and no code, sorry. So for the low code, we have very minimalistic, and for the no code, we have a little bit, right? Coding like some customization like CSS, HTML or something, right? But yeah, where no code is concerned, I mean, no code in the no code thing, we don't have any of such sort, right? So yeah, these are like platforms which provides us templates, right? Components, like these are like predefined components. We just reuse them, right? Yeah, so using these things, we can like form a application. Even we have delivered to banking as I have told already, right? So mobile applications we have, and for even insurance client, we have delivered a lot of applications. So yeah, the scope is huge. Like seems like yeah, it's like just low code, no code, but yeah, it's like way beyond that. I'll maybe come down to that more in a little bit, right? So yeah, this is like holistically a low code, no code from a high level, right? Now, so yeah, so this is like no code, how we follow and how we code and how we provide. But the broader picture is we have like different platforms for it. So like, for example, if you can see, right, I've told OutSystems, Uncork, right? There are more. There is a famous tool, maybe some of you have heard. It's of Microsoft, that is Power Apps. So yeah, these are like a few platforms that we have in low code, no code, and it's still evolving rapidly. Since when I have started my career, I have started on Uncork, right? And at that time, it was like around like 3 to 4 firms. The big four firms had that, only had that. Now even the smaller firms, like I think more than I have seen, like 20 to 25 firms have this adopted, and it's rapidly growing in the market. So yeah, this is a good opportunity to like get into it. So yeah, now talking more about maybe, for example, Uncork. If we talk about Uncork, we just not have a platform where we can just build a module or maybe a application. It's an entire ecosystem which helps us develop. Even we can integrate external APIs to it, right? We can consume, since there are like different requirements from clients that they have their own legacy system from which they want to fetch the data or update the data to that, right? or do any of the operations. Like I don't know if we are from a technical background, but we just I mean, I'll just tell you that CRUD operations we have: create, read, right, update and delete. All those operations we can do all those things, right, through external APIs, or they have these platform provide their own databases as well. Yeah, so yeah, these are the platform which provide one stop shop solution, right? Where we can have development as well as they take care of the promotion as well, what we call as deployment, right? So yeah, all these things these platform provide. Maybe I'll take a pause for a minute. If anyone have any questions, maybe better for me to understand what, even if you are getting something or making sense or not.
So probably most of our audience are from non-technical background, it looks like.
Okay,
So I
sure.
am not sure if everyone would have questions at the moment.
Okay, no worries. I'll try to within more in a general way. I can as much as I can explain that. Right. Cool. Okay.
I'll go to the next slide.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, so we have already discussed, right? Low code, no code versus the traditional coding, right? So now, if we just talk about this LCNC and the difference between the traditional coding and the LCNC. So what we have is we have this very minimalistic coding. Sometimes it's not even required. Those codings are not required, and these codings are done by a proper a technical guy. Which just takes care of the UX UI. We call it as um, the beauty part of it. Suppose we have developed a page, right, web page or something. So just to take care of the beautiness of the page, these things require the platforms requires that CSS and that part, and that can be handled by other person. So in these cases it is not even required. The coding is not required, right? Now yeah, and now more differences is like one is this right, where we just where don't even require coding, right? So these provides like a module which I think even a person starts, right, within 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, we can start learning, and within 2 to 3 weeks we can just at least create a small app or maybe prototype. So it's that much I mean, easy to start with. So even I mean, these are provided in such a way, even from a non-technical background can, I mean, literally think about and have an expertise in this and really like um provide I mean and deliver like good apps, right? And yeah, I mean, yeah, these are like some like basic differences between these. I think Joel, we can move forward. Yeah, so LCNC is like yeah, low code no code, we call it as LCNC. So LCNC is like very very robust, as well as we have like very I mean, we can use automation through it, right? And the basically the it's built for rapidness, right? So previously, where application that could take around 2 to 3 years to build, we can now build it in like within like 6 months period. It's that much fast, right? So, since we have all the visualization thing, right? So it's that much fast, and we can just I mean, automate our apps, right? Which could, as I told, which could take even like 2 to 3 years for a project that can finish up in 6 months. Okay, so and like I'll tell you, right? So basically we have this banking client, right? This and for that banking client we have this mobile application development, which we have delivered in like I think around 7 8 months, which could easily take like 2 to 3 years to build. So yeah, these processes and all those things, right? It's like we have a workflow automation built, right? And within like with using that, we just I mean, deliver such in a such fast pace. Yeah. I think, yeah, we can move forward. Yeah, so now I've told all the positive sides of it, right? Like it's very fast, it's non-technical person can easily do it, right? And all those things. But like there are some cons as well for these in these platforms, like where sometimes the if the if the client is like very, I mean, uh, restricted in its way of displaying the application, right? There comes some limitations to the to these platforms, right? There is like sometimes very I mean the requirements from the clients is like very complex, so those complex customizations sometimes can't be done with these platform, right? So one drawback is this, right? And sometimes Oh, I mean, there are like maybe I'll be it will be more technical, but I'll try to make it more like easy for you. So suppose let me think, Acha. Okay, so sometimes what happens is clients are like very, for example, if they are concerned about the security, that they don't want to store a data in the platform itself, right? That we have a default databases provided by the platform. They don't want to store it in the databases, right? And that connection between their legacy system and could be complex sometimes, but as far as I have seen, it's not that much complex. But yeah, there are some limitations to it. That's why like some places it's not much feasible, but yeah, most of the cases what I've seen is like it's feasible. Okay, so yeah, that is my take on it. It's a good thing to start with. Yeah, I think Joel, we can move forward. Yeah, so future, as I have been like saying from the starting, right? I have seen the growth of low code, no code, right? It's being widely adopted by like many companies, right? As I have seen Encore growing, I have seen OutSystems growing, right? Even Power Apps, if you search, right, there is a huge community for Microsoft Power Apps. If you like Google also, right, you will see a lot of videos on it, and like it's very much easy to start with, right? Maybe I'm sure maybe someone like I think everyone have heard of GoDaddy, right? I
Yes.
don't know how much I've used, but yeah, you must have heard. So it's also kind of low code, no code, where we have that template. It's not a very customizable, but yeah, it is kind of we have it. It is kind of low code only because they have templates. We can just drag and drop, and we can just edit or modify a few of the titles, or maybe drag and shift according to our preferences, right? So that is one example. So you guys to have I mean like basically create a picture of it. So yeah, like these are like rapidly growing right now, since AI also have like come into picture, right? We have a huge capability, and since it's already I mean a robust solution for website building or mobile applications, right? For our development. So now coming like since AI is also coming now, if we connect the AI part also, then it becomes like I mean really robust. These platforms are like becoming really robust, and I mean in future if these things are like I mean these little things will be eliminated, like where we have like limited customization, right? In some platforms also, like some have really good customization, but some platforms have, then it can I mean no one can stop it from like adopting to the entire like entire industry. Yeah, so yeah, now if we talk about some real life cases, as I already told you, Microsoft Power Apps can be built for like a um, local app. For example, even if we have a retail store, right, we can build our own app to keep the stocks or anything any of that sort, right? So we can have I mean we can build those apps for like those I mean those purpose also, right? So these are like some real cases, real life use cases, all right? And huge like enterprises cases, I've already told that we are building for I mean insurance client and banking client, right? So yeah, these are the like few real life cases. Yeah, so now if if anyone is interested and wanted to learn more about it, I we have some basic steps that one can go through to at least get a gist of it, what it is, and if anyone like is more interested into it, like we can I mean feel you can even feel free to reach out me, all right? But we have the few basic steps for you to get started with it. So I mean, for developers, yeah, we can have this. Certifications and all, because for developers like it's mostly easy to understand, right? They don't need a basic sessions, right? Like what is a platform, right? Those terms, technical terms, right? So they can skip that, and for beginners we can just have a few basic session, maybe sorry basic we can call it basic courses, right? And I mean each and every platform provides their own I mean go to learning kits, right? So we can easily have it. The best suggestion for me, like for anyone to start with, is like you can start with Microsoft Power Apps, since it's like readily available, right? In the market, and I mean we have a huge community for it, right? For Power Apps, and it's the I think the most I mean easiest way to, I mean easiest thing to start with, because uncorking these things are like a little bit complex. So if for a non-technical, I would prefer go with Power Apps. We can go with Power Apps and just Google it. You can find it easily on YouTube also. Yeah, so yeah, these are like basic steps. We can just go through it. And then if someone is interested in more in it, we can have certifications, right? We can grab the certificates for any of the platform they like, right? Um, yeah, then certification, and then post that we can jump into this right? We can go and like uh, apply for the jobs for it. Yeah, Joel, I think we can move forward. Yeah, I think that was all from my end. Like, if anyone has any questions, we can have it.
I believe Richika has raised her hand. Richika, do you have any questions?
Hi, Joel. So
Right.
I do have a question. I'm a recent graduate of data science.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a BA. So I just wanted to know, what is it exactly about? Is it like
Mhm.
making a templates or making a
Mhm.
app? What is kind of this like? What is this exactly?
Okay.
Because I see that after the explanation, most
Mhm.
of it is about, from scratch, you can make a lot of apps with
Mhm.
your innovative stuff,
Mhm.
whatever your head is on into. Is it like that?
Yeah. So one is you can yeah. So basically, it's a development tool only, right? So as we know that we have different languages and all, right? Already people built on that, right? If we
True.
don't want to choose that and make the development easier, right? Not
Hmm.
like putting your head into the traditional coding thing, right? We can choose this side to develop those apps, right? Which we
But
used to do on the
as
traditional. Mhm.
Okay, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
we do have GoDaddy, as you said, as this is
Mhm.
from scratch as well, because we can build the
Mhm.
hosting from there
Mhm.
to build any sort of app.
Mhm.
So what is a unique in this which we can adapt it easily and we can do it without wasting our time and
Got it.
like a quick
Got
thing?
it. Got it. I'll come to that. So basically, I'll just make it clear for you, and then I'll come to your like exact points. Okay. So
Sure.
so basically, now since we know that, okay, we can avoid learning traditional coding and like develop those things and like putting our head onto it and then develop, right? We have these platforms like you mentioned GoDaddy also we have, right? Now what happens is, okay, we have, suppose we have chosen Power Apps or we have chosen out systems. Now we start developing, right? Very rapidly we can develop it from scratch. Okay, from even in GoDaddy, right, there are few limitations. It's not a proper LCNC, but yeah, it's kind of, we can some way we can call it as a low code no code only, but there are very limited customization in GoDaddy, right? And if we talk more about these platforms that I've told you, it's like they have a ecosystem where it's just not about developing. They provide us features so that we can integrate. Um, Suppose there is like database outside of that whole GoDaddy thing, right? Suppose we have suppose there is a bank, right? We already have a database for bank, right? On their
Right.
local server or something, right? Now, if they want to connect that data to that, right? Then it's very, I don't think so in the GoDaddy it's possible. Okay. So that integration, right? One thing is that. The second thing is there is a deployment cycle, right? I don't know if you've heard software development life cycle, right? Proper, there is a life
Right.
cycle, right?
True, true.
Where, yeah. So where we develop, right? Then push our code from one environment to other environment, right? Then
True.
test it there, right? So
Based
that,
on programming language, right?
right. So these things are also automated in these platforms. These are integrated within these platforms. Okay. So GoDaddy is like, how do I tell you? For example,
It's for the
uh,
beginners. It's making
yeah.
easy for the beginners to start
Mm-hmm.
things from the scratch, hosting, then developing.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have certain templates, but yes,
Mm-hmm.
as you said that
Mm-hmm.
if you have a different and a unique idea for your
Mm-hmm.
app or anything else,
Mm-hmm.
then we need to figure out is it there in it or not. The template which we use,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the
yeah.
design, or the tools like that. True.
Yeah.
Vaibhav, can I add something
Was
here?
it a good?
So
Sorry, last one. I missed that. Yeah, sure.
yeah. So, Rishika, I really liked your question. So, now this LCNC, right? It's the placement is somewhere. It's not going to replace coding entirely, right? But as in when we grow, as in when the digital, things grow in the market, so we'll have a lot of smaller organizations or a lot of the retail shops or someone who has a very small business of their own and they want to manage and track information based on their requirements, right? So LCNC platforms can be used as a blank canvas to build a customized solutions for them, all right? But then again, if you want to go extensive, if you want some solid customizations or a detailed integration, it's not going to be possible on LCNC. But with LCNC, it's going to widely people can widely use the tools, they can build it, customize it based on their requirements.
So you're
And the
telling me
develop
that it's a friendly tool, so we no need to bang our heads, and it's easy to use.
easy to use,
Right.
that's correct. And it's quicker as well because all the as Vaibhav mentioned, right? The entire cycle, right? It takes a lot of less time. So anything that you do on traditional coding after compiling, testing, and all of those things, it takes around close to 6 months time frame for a basic application, right? But here you can do that in
Absolutely.
like 3 or 4 weeks time frame, and it can be a quicker solution. Just like the websites that we have, just as GoDaddy, what Weber mentioned, right? So in earlier we used to code the entire website, but now it's just a drag and drop feature. So that's somewhere, yeah, LCNC is an advanced version of that. It can be used to build customized applications as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
actually very advanced version of GoDaddy, we can call it. I mean, very advanced version of that. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rishika, for asking the question. So, if you don't have any questions, we'll certainly call this one off. But really, thank you, Vaibhav, for joining us today, explaining what low code no code is, and definitely, in case if anyone has any questions, they can definitely reach out to Vaibhav anytime. I have pasted the LinkedIn link in the registration page itself, so you can directly connect with them, and he can probably guide you how to take things forward.
Sure, pleasure. Yeah.
All right, great then. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful evening.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so much.